Hello girls, I'm back with one more method today, and in the previous video I had explained you the remainder theorem. We had studied the general statement of the remainder theorem. Then I also told you that remainder theorem has two methods. One is the division method and one is the remainder theorem method, or we can say it is a substitution method, right? Now I am going to teach you the factor theorem. So you will have some questions. After this, what I'll do, I'll take out some questions for you. First you will complete your exercise, and then I will take out some extra questions from another reference book. I will send it to you on the WhatsApp group, right? You will copy down the definitions or the statements, and you will copy down the questions and try to complete them. And if you have any doubts, you can ask me. Okay, so now with the factor theorem, I am going to continue, and let us study the general statement. If px is a polynomial, right? If px is a polynomial in x whose degree is 1 or greater than 1, if px is a polynomial whose degree is either 1 or greater than 1, and if x minus a is the factor of the given polynomial, then the remainder will be equal to 0. Okay, now you have to understand factor theorem as well as remainder theorem, the difference between the two, right? So I repeat, in the factor theorem, if px is a polynomial with degree 1 or greater than 1, and if x minus a is a factor of this given polynomial, then the remainder will be 0. Okay, or we can say that if the remainder in solving the given polynomial is 0, then x minus a is a factor of the given polynomial. So we can say in both the ways that if x minus a is a factor of px, then pa will be 0. And what is pa? Pa is the remainder. Or we can say that if pa is equal to 0 or the remainder is 0, then x minus a will be the factor of the given polynomial. Okay, now in the remainder theorem, what happens? It is not necessary that the remainder will always be 0. You can have any remainder, minus 1, minus 2, or any other remainder. But in the factor theorem, how will you show that this particular divisor is a factor? Only when the remainder is 0. If you get remainder not other than 0, if you get remainder a number other than 0, then you will write that the given divisor is not the factor. Is it clear? So when the questions will be given to you, you will understand how to find the remainder. If it is 0, so you will write yes, it is a factor. If you will say, if the answer is not 0, then you will say that the given divisor is not the factor of the given polynomial. Okay, so we will understand this with questions. I will solve questions for you. Let us take a question. X square minus 4x plus 4. Okay, px is a polynomial with degree 2. I hope you remember degree, linear polynomial, cubic polynomial, and all the other topics which I had explained you in the beginning. So keep revising them, right? Okay, so back to factor theorem. Px is equal to x square minus 4x plus 4, and the divisor which is given to us is x minus 2. Right? Now you have to find out whether x minus 2 is a factor of this given polynomial or not. So what you will do, you will put x minus 2 is equal to 0, and that will give you x as 2. Now this x is equal to 2 will substitute here. So what will happen? P of 2 will be equal to 2 square minus 4 into 2 plus 4. Okay, what is 2 square? 2 square is 4 minus 8 plus 4. Now 4 and 4 is 8. 8 minus 8 is equal to 0. So therefore we can say that x minus 2 is the factor of px. What is px? It is a polynomial, the given polynomial. Right? So you understood what is the factor theorem? In the factor theorem, when we substitute the given value of the variable, if the answer is 0, then yes, we will say that the given divisor is a factor. If you get the answer other than 0, you will say it is not the factor. Okay, so I hope you've understood. The method is same, but the difference is you should get 0. If it is 0, yes, the factor, it is a factor. If you don't get 0, then you will say it is not the factor. Okay, so this is the factor theorem. Now I take up one more example, one more question. Um, x square minus 5x plus 6 px is equal to x square minus 5x plus 6 and the divisor is x plus 1. This is the divisor and we have to find out whether this is a factor of the given number polynomial or not. So we will put x plus 1 is equal to 0 and it will be minus 1, right? It will be minus 1. Now this minus 1 I will substitute here and we will check whether we get 0 or not. So p of minus 1, don't forget to write this. Every step, every part of the question is important and therefore it is minus 1 the square minus 5 into minus 1 plus 6. And see that you put it in the bracket so that you are clear with the different terms given in the polynomial. Minus 1 square will be 1 plus 5 plus 6. Okay, so what do you get? 11 and 1 will give you 12, right? So therefore what will you write? X plus 1 is not the factor of px, that is x square minus 5x plus 6. So I hope it is clear to you. So we will study today, after listening to my explanations, you will study the factor theorem and the remainder theorem. How will you study? You will practice the questions which I will give you. Okay. Now I'll take one more question so that you are clear with the factor theorem. How do we find factor? If the remainder is 0, then yes, the given divisor is a factor. This is from your textbook. The question is x cube plus x square plus x plus 1. This is from the exercise 2.4 and the polynomial is x cube plus x square plus x plus 1 and they are saying to find x plus 1 whether it is a factor or not. Okay, x plus 1 whether it is a factor or not. So what we'll do, we will put x plus 1 equals to 0. X plus 1 is equal to 0. X will be equal to minus 1. Again substitute p of minus 1, substitute this value here, minus 1 cube plus 1 square plus minus 1 plus 1, right? So this is minus 1 plus 1 minus 1 plus 1. Minus 1 plus 1 minus 1 plus 1. What do we get? 0. So you will write yes, x plus 1 is the factor of what? X cube plus x square plus x plus 1. So this is how you have to solve the factor theorem questions, and in your textbook you have question number 1, question number 2 and question number 3. You can find out using the factor theorem and I hope you will be able to complete these 2-3 questions. And then there is a question on factorization which I will explain you in my next video. But today what you do is listen to both my explanations carefully, remainder theorem and the factor theorem, write the statements in the notebook, and first you complete this exercise, which one? 2.4, and then I will take out the questions, extra questions which I will give you. You will compare them whether it is of the factor theorem or the remainder theorem and complete them in the notebook. And if you have any doubt you can ask me. Okay, and I think you have completed your previous work, and the division algorithm method is also, I hope it is clear to you, right? So all the best, complete your work, and if you have any difficulty you can ask me, right? Thank you.